Hello to my Wolves and MoonBabies, because you already know what this is. It's Bigga, Kook, Lyrical Wolf. They know the name. Let me reintroduce myself if you're new here. Yeah, those cards spoke no lies. Vulnerability is equivalent to power. So that is exactly what we're going to talk about today. Vulnerability. Baby, everybody is not equipped for it, okay? So please do note that just like power, if you have that, you one of them ones, baby. Everybody does not know how to allow themselves to be vulnerable, just like everybody doesn't know how to allow themselves to be powerful. They don't allow themselves to exude that inner being, to exude that inner power, that inner wisdom, that knowledge. You know, that's something that a lot of people are afraid to do. And that's exactly why vulnerability is power, baby. Because, yeah, it's not for everybody. However, most of us need it, if not everybody. You know, I don't know everything, so I will say most people do need to practice it. Because the moment that you stop allowing yourself to feel, the moment that you stop allowing yourself to be vulnerable to what it is to come to your life, you have blocked your lesson and your blessing. You've blocked it. It's over. You can't be afraid to be hurt. Don't be afraid to be hurt. Allow people to hurt you. Allow people to be who they are. Allow situations to play out the way that they're supposed to play out, and allow yourself to feel these things. How else are you supposed to get that experience? Remember that. Rewind this video. Remember everything that I said. They really don't understand the energy that comes with life. I'm not sure if I've told you all before. However, that little orb of light that hits the egg the moment that your life has been conceived is still unspoken for. People still don't know what it is, because you hold a power that you probably don't know that you have. Your lack of vulnerability will equate to a lack of power. Everybody does not know how to allow themselves to go out and actually experience all that they need for that wisdom, that knowledge to come to them so that they can pay it forward. Not a lot of people are brave enough to do that. Not a lot. So I just finished watching this freestyle by Bigga, and when I say it's the most powerful thing I've seen maybe all week, okay? This man literally got on that mic and was pouring his heart out. It was right on his sleeve, okay? Took accountability for his actions. He let his lady know. I'm not sure if they're still together, not my business, but it sounded like him taking accountability for past experiences, and he was now being vulnerable, and now in a much more powerful form, because he's honest with himself. He's being honest with his woman. He's taking accountability for what went down. Baby, when you want to be out here being prideful and egotistical and playing gangster, that's the most gangster thing you could have did. A lot of them don't know how to do that. That's why they walk around so cold, and so a lot of people don't know how to feel their emotions. They don't know how to approach and confront their emotions properly, yet they want to go out and confront other people's. And now this is where the problem begins, because now you're decreasing your power. Okay? You cannot do that to yourself. You have to be completely honest with yourself and the situations that you're going through, because they're not for no reason. You don't even know how much your vulnerability can empower a nation. Not a lot of people know how to be honest with themselves and what they're going through and with other people. Not a lot of people know how to do that. See, myself, I have literally just put myself through a situation that I knew that I probably wasn't ready for, emotionally speaking. However, spiritually, mentally speaking, physically speaking, I'm on 10. God got me. God got me. And I know that for a fact. And I know that whatever I'm about to experience, I burned my arm over here. Yeah, so now it's, sorry guys. Yeah, I know it's a little distasteful, but ooh. And this is what I'm talking about, vulnerability. So I'm going to talk about two situations, which is actually two imperative topics. And in regards to vulnerability, I think they're probably the most important. And that's in my opinion. And I say love, okay, and life. My intuition did not steer me wrong. I was going to be misled by this situation. I was going to be disregarded. I was going to be a few things as the situation carried on. You know, I allowed myself to be vulnerable. So first we're going to get into love, because in order to create life, you have to love, you know? Well, nowadays, anyways, I truly believe that when it comes to love, a lot of people don't know how to allow themselves to be vulnerable because they are so afraid of being hurt. And at the end of the day, hurt brings other emotions and other ideas, right? It brings other thoughts and emotions, and that kind of sparks creativity, bruh. Now, I'm not saying to dwell in whatever negativity has been thrown your way or whatever kind of sadness that, don't dwell in it. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to know that this is something that you're supposed to be going through. Allow yourself to grow from this. Don't let it stagnate you. Don't let it decrease your power. Don't let it throw you off track and throw you off your pivot. No, 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 no. You have to love just so that you can experience all that you need for your experience. All that you need to get to where it is that you're supposed to be going. Nothing that's coming your way, as long as you have the Most High, is going to stop you from what it is that you're trying to do. If it's set out for you, it's set out for you. And I have to keep reminding myself that too. Like I told y'all, this our therapy session. I be talking to you and me. However, this is something that I'm definitely exercising. I'm utilizing these gems that I've grasped from God. I'm using them and I'm paying them forward. So I'm not here to tell you to, hey, dwell in your sadness. Hey, be upset. Hey, let everybody in. No, I'm not doing that at all. No, self-preservation is still key. Still, refer to past videos. Yeah, you still need to protect yourself. Just be mindful, okay? That's all. And sometimes you will be blinded by the light of love. Sometimes you will be blinded. Sometimes it's going to feel like everything is going great. And that's not just romantic relationships. This is friendships. This is family. This is all types of things. Sometimes it seems like the greatest thing, you know? And it is the greatest thing. Even if it doesn't turn out with your greatest of expectations. It is the greatest thing. It taught you something. It brought you something new. It made you feel something new, and it told you and showed you how to get over something else. Because you don't even know what's to come, baby. That situation was imperative. That situation, you needed it. You needed it to grow. And whatever it is that you're overthinking, don't think that just because something has been removed that there's no room for reparation either. Then nobody said that, you know, and I'm not encouraging you to continue to allow it to hurt you just for you to get your experience. See, it's life is a doozy. It is, you know, you have to have patience with yourself. This is exactly why, because these are the things that you are going to have to take into consideration. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn these things, and you're going to be put in positions to actually utilize what you've learned from those past experiences. You may be tested over and over again because you probably wasn't grasping that lesson, and it's going to come in different forms and fashions. And even if you did learn the lesson, what's another pop quiz? Big God ain't playing with you. You got to get to where it is you need to be. So, baby, if you have to go through the test and emotions, be vulnerable. Allow yourself to do that, because if you don't, you are deplenishing your power. Don't do that. Keep rising to the top, babe. But wait, there's more. Your girl is now a Temu affiliate, okay? I know my entrepreneurs, my ladies, for Women's History Month, my bosses, my parents, my siblings, all of you out there, you need a break. The Mercury retrograde has been retrograding. I got you a $100 coupon, 30% off whatever it is that you're buying. And because I'm no gatekeeper, I also have a link in my description for you to become a Temu affiliate with me. Yeah, you heard me. For you to become a Temu affiliate and get an opportunity for you to get some money on the side, okay? Because I know we all need it, okay? You've watched the other videos, and if you haven't, you need to go over there and see what it's all about over here in Bigga's Convos. It's always something exciting. It's always something new. It's always something that's going to pour into you. To God be the glory. Blessings be to y'all. Love you, my Wolves MoonBabies, and thank you for tapping in all the time. And now, let's speak on life. You're going to be tested. I have been put in situations where people were trying to discourage me from actually going through the experiences that I needed to become who I am today. Had I listened to them, I would probably be in the same situations. I would probably still be somewhere other than where I had manifested myself to be and where I dreamed to live. And, like, I probably wouldn't have those things. With life, always be vulnerable. Now, I'm going to get into a personal experience of mine in regards to vulnerability in life. And a lot of people don't like to talk about this for whatever reason. A lot of us had become ashamed of our situations because of society's expectations and their point of view, their perspective of our trials and tribulations, like that ever even mattered. They were just, you have to remember that there's always going to be other energies that are out here trying to deter you from where you're supposed to go. That's why you have to also experience what you need. They don't know what that feels like. And so once you overcome those obstacles and once you've gotten yourself to a point of a more powerful position in that aspect, you already have overcome what it is that they tried to do to you to deter you from that. That's power. They don't even know what to do with you once you get to that level because they haven't even gone there. That's why they tried to scare you from doing it. And I say that to say, hey, I see a couple people out here going through it and a couple people out here scared of homelessness and all types of things and going to shelters. And why are you afraid? Don't get me wrong. I was afraid too. But I did it. And now I'm a walking testimony for you. Now I am where I literally dreamed to be. Now, because I didn't listen to people, I am now out here walking in my purpose. Sitting in my purpose in the comfort of my home, not anyone else's, not sharing no space with no one else and having to live by their rules. Now, don't get it twisted. You will still have trials and tribulations within those spaces as you go and as you grow. The test is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. That's why you have to give yourself grace, give yourself mercy, give yourself a moment, give yourself a break. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, give yourself a break. Physically, give yourself a break, okay? Because why drain yourself not knowing what's to come? Do not deplete the power. Don't. Please allow yourself to go through the motions. I had gone through so many things. I had to be surrounded by so many different energies and walks of life. And I had to learn these people and learn these things so I could better deal with other people. And I had to wake up to people pooping on the floor in the bathroom when I had to go to the bathroom. And I had to deal with women fighting over my head when I was sleeping. And I had to deal with all of these things and all of the different experiences that I went through that people tried to scare me from. I made it through that. I made it through those nights not knowing, wondering whether or not I was going to end up where I wanted to be. I was going through it. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. So who told you not to be vulnerable? Point them out. Take me to them. Lead me to them. Because, baby, like I said, I'm a walking testimony. And nobody better tell you that you can't be who it is that you set out to be. You are exactly who you think you are. Unless you're running around here being deceitful. Well, you're still who you think you are. However, it's not going to go far with the people who are actually allowing themselves to be vulnerable to you. And that's the only power that you have. That's the only power that you'll have. Is of the people that you're deceiving. As long as they let you deceive them. That's all that's going to happen. Okay? Yeah, I've done that as well. I've allowed people to deceive me. I've allowed people to... Vulnerability is power, because in the end, that crap doesn't win. In the end, they will still come back looking for your energy. So don't allow nobody who's making you feel lesser than, talking down on you, degrading at you, laughing at you. Don't allow none of that to shape your reality. That's nothing. That comes with the territory. Because why would they want you to be better than them, right? They're deceivers. So don't allow nobody to stop you from your grizzy. Don't. Put yourself first. I also had to become vulnerable so that I could go through an experience recently where I just blocked an opportunity by being vulnerable. And I said, oh, I can't do that. How I did that, I can't do that. I learned my lesson to apply it to the next chapter. Whoever told you that you're not supposed to go through whatever it is that you're supposed to go through is because they see the outcome. They see what this is going to do for you. And some people are going to stick to you like glue because you are a magnet, and they're going to want to take that from you. They're going to want to feel it because they know that you're about to feel it. They know it. Don't allow yourself to go crazy. Don't allow yourself to lose yourself. Don't. Because like I said, man, I was going through some things. We could have those story times. I'm going to definitely pick a story. I'm definitely going to share more of my shelter experiences with y'all. The things that I had to, the food they were serving, the people I was surrounded by, the family members and friends who told me not to do it, to give up, who almost took me off my pivot, the people who were in there that were giving up and just going out and just setting off to do whatever it is that maybe that's their experience. You know, maybe that was the path that they were supposed to choose. Whatever. However, I do know that sticking it out, it did amazing for me. And I need to do better in my tests, in my journeys, in my experiences for myself so that I can maintain it and so that I can keep on going. Don't allow nobody to stop you, okay? I have gone through so much living here in New York, okay? Living here in New York City. However, when I tell you the different environment that I'm in now shows me a lot. It shows me so much, like I knew that it would. I grew up being deceived. I grew up with information being held from me. I grew up not being positioned properly for success. I grew up with people around me trying to deter me from my actual path and try to lead me into the devil's playground over and over and over again. And because I didn't have so much of that power, more power and more understanding and understanding of life being poured into me, I had succumbed to those things. I had fell for the traps, taking myself further and further away from my light, allowing people to use and abuse me in numerous ways. I had to go through that. And the moment I wanted to step outside of that box, it always upset people. I seen a lot of the different energies and ways and things switching up as I went through my motions and as I grew, as I started to defy what labels they were putting out on me, for me. I was going through the motions. As you're experiencing this at a young age, as an adolescent, you're going to grow to believe that you're never good enough. You're going to grow to believe that what you're doing is not enough. Don't let that happen. Don't allow yourself, go through your motions, baby, but don't allow nothing that surrounds you to stagnate your growth. Don't allow love to stagnate your growth. Be vulnerable with it. Allow it to show you what it needs to show you. Even if the other person on the other side of that fence is not meeting you halfway, if they're not accommodating you, you're not getting the reciprocity that you are seeking, don't allow it to destroy your vision, okay? Because I promise you, overcoming all of that, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing yourself to go through all of those things is going to shape you into being a much better you. It is. It truly is. I went from being dogged out. I went from being lied to, being deceived, and having all of the wrong things just handed to me, like life just coming easily. So I thought, because I was just having things handed to me at first. And then when I started to see my power, it was upsetting. And now I had to go grind for it. And now as I was doing that, I had different energies coming around me. And oh my gosh, she know how to do X, Y, and Z. And they tried to use me. They tried to use the same test came in different forms and fashions and people and environments and experiences within my own hometown. And it led me to see what the problem within my hometown was. And I was destined to overcome being the statistic. I was destined to overcome what perspective and what reality people had of me. I was not going for it. I was not doing that. Never no more. And I will go through the mud. I'll go through it alone to make sure that I'm taking what it is that God got for me, and I'm going out to do what it is I'm supposed to do. I don't care who feels what kind of way in the middle of this experience of mine, this journey. The people who had deceived me, the people who held the information from me, they try to make me seem like the worst person in the world because they were afraid to do it. And that's okay. I healed from that. And I thank y'all for trying to stop me from being who I am. I thank y'all for blocking the blessings that made me hungrier, made me go harder for myself. I thank you. To everybody that keep telling me what I can and can't do, to all the people that I argued with in my past to become the person that I am today, when I tell you thank you, because every time y'all tell me what I can't do, a greater door opens, and I promise you that. No love lost, just distance. That's all. I take the lessons and I take them blessings. I pay it forward now. You know? Don't allow nobody to tell you that you can't do what it is that you set out to do. Be vulnerable with yourself. Be vulnerable with yourself. Go from them projects to that water outside. Go from them projects to them boats outside your crib, okay? Go from the slums to where you supposed to be. Don't let nobody take it from you. Okay? Remember that you still have to be vulnerable, but you still have to be safe. Self-preservation is key. Just because you got there don't mean to forget. Don't forget. Okay? Remember, so that you can hold the people to come in this new journey, in this new chapter, accountable for their actions as well. Be able to recognize it. That's what that vulnerability do, baby. Be able to recognize it. Because, baby, it didn't stop no show. It won't stop your show. You better make sure that you on go. When God say, this is your road. Get that mind moving. Sit down when you have to. Stay out the way when you're supposed to. Self-preserve when you need to. Love how you're supposed to, not how they want you to. How you're supposed to. Show up when you're supposed to, how you're supposed to. And I'm not speaking on their perspective of when you're supposed to. When you're supposed to. Okay? Be vulnerable with God. Be vulnerable with Yeshua, God, Jesus. Be vulnerable with them. Allow yourself to go through the motions. Allow yourself to feel hurt. Allow yourself to feel like things may not be going right. Allow it. Because it's the only way you're going to figure out which direction to go. If you sit here and you just keep acting like you do know it all and it ain't going to work out. It ain't gonna work out because you know it all, right? So what they got to tell you? Go ahead, do it. What do they have to teach you? If you know it all, baby, go on out there, bump your head 1,000,000 times and never get nowhere because you feel like you know it all. So this is what I'm saying. I speak from experience. What I don't know, I be up here willing and ready to learn. Okay? And see, that terminology, that term right there came from my past experiences. Ready, willing, and able. Ready, willing, and able. If you know, you know, okay? Listen, do what you gotta do to make sure that you show up in your best version of you, okay? And that don't mean what's appealing to the eye. That doesn't mean all of those different things. It doesn't mean society's perspective of being the best you. That doesn't mean that. That means really feeling that, knowing that, sharing that. Know that you are in your higher purpose, and don't let nobody take you from that. Know that you're in that higher frequency. See yourself, if you're not, see yourself in that higher frequency so you can better get there, so that you can get there faster. Go ahead and be delulu about yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead, okay? And let yourself love, let yourself live, let yourself, don't allow nobody's expectations for you to deter you from what you need. Tell God that you're ready for those messages. You're vulnerable now. You're there now. You're open-minded now. Your heart is open now, okay? Let God know that you're ready. You're ready for your calling. You're ready to walk in that purpose, all right? And you will start to see the signs. You will start to gain that energy to do so. You will start to gain the creative ideas, because you are the creation, love. You're the creation. You're the creator. You're the creative. Share your creativity in many different forms as you have to. Don't stagnate yourself. Leave room for growth. See all that it is that you can do, okay? And when you do it, just keep doing it. I want you all to know that I do love you. If nobody told you today, I do love you. Even the people that have done me wrong, I do love you. I just love you from here, okay? That's all. I don't wish anyone no malice. I don't wish them any bad, no negative energy whatsoever. I wish us all the best. I wish that whatever is trying to feed off of your energy, whatever is trying to deter you from being your greatest self, I pray that bad energy, that negative energy away from you. I rebuke it, 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 I rebuke it. And I rebuke it even more so that you can stop hurting other people. I rebuke those energies from the people who hurt me so that they can no longer hurt me. I rebuke them energies from myself so that even if they do, it won't stick. Ashe, love y'all down, love you up. And keep on being you, baby.